Good morning, my dears. Welcome to the session. Now let us start exercise 7.8 and page number 334. Take your book and go through this formula before moving on to the sum. First sum and fourth sum is homework. Let us start with the second one. I equal to, that is whenever you are writing an integral, you need to write I. This is 0. That is nothing but the lower limit. This is called as lower limit. And this is upper limit. Always whenever limit is given, that is nothing but a definite integral. And this is the function x plus 1 into dx. Now according to this formula limit of a sum, the formula of h is b minus a divided by n. That's what I have told you in the last video. H is equal to b minus a divided by n. So according to the formula, h is equal to b minus a. A is nothing but the lower limit, b is nothing but the upper limit. Therefore, you will get h is equal to b minus a divided by n is nothing but 5 minus 0 by n. Therefore, you will be getting h is equal to 5 by n. This should be a step 1. First, writing what is the value of A, what is the value of B, and finding what is the value of H. This is a very important sum and they may ask in 6 marks also. Then, after that you need to write what is f of x, that is the given function. Other than dx, what is the function? That is f of x into dx is the question. Therefore, f of x is nothing but x plus 1. So, first step is writing a value, b value, finding h value. Step 2 is finding what is the value of what is given f of x. The next step, according to the formula is integral a to b f of x dx is equal to limit h tends to 0 h into f of a plus f of a plus h plus f of 2a plus h up to f of a plus n minus 1 into h. According to this formula, we need f of a plus h, f of a plus 2h and to f of a plus n minus 1 into h. That's what we are going to find. And f of a, first write f of a. What is the value of a? Don't forget to substitute the value of a. A value is 0. Therefore, f of 0. F of x is x plus 1. Therefore, f of 0 is in the place of x, you need to substitute 0. Therefore, 0 plus 1 is nothing but 1. The next one, f of a plus h. A value is what? 0. Therefore, f of 0 plus h is nothing but h. Therefore, f of h. In the f of x is x plus 1. Therefore, f of h will be h plus 1. The next one, f of a plus 2h. That is, a value is nothing but 0. F of 0 plus 2h is nothing but f of 2h. Therefore, in the place of x, you need to substitute 2h. Therefore, you will get 2h plus 1. Similarly, f of a plus n minus 1 into h is, in the place of a, when you substitute 0, you will be getting f of n minus 1 into h. Then, it will be f of x is x plus 1. Therefore, f of n minus 1 into h is n minus 1 into h. In the place of x, n minus 1 into h and this plus 1. After that, write the formula. Step 3 is over. Then, step 4 is writing the formula. And step 5 is substituting the integral. Therefore, substitute. This is nothing but the given integral and you are going to substitute the value. Limit h tends to 0. Now, don't substitute h value before itself. Let us write h itself. H and what is f of a value? F of a value is, that is 1. Write 1. So, you have written f of a value. F of a plus h value is h plus 1. So, you have written f of a plus h value. F of a plus 2h is 2h plus 1. So, up to this over, put plus and dot dot. Then f of a plus n minus 1 into h is n minus 1 into h plus 1. So, you have written that also. Till later, you write h itself. Now, here when you observe this, there are two things. One is a constant 1, another term is h. Therefore, take all the 1 terms together. Therefore, 1 plus up to 1. The remaining term, you have taken all the 1. Then remaining will be h, 2h up to n minus 1 into h. Therefore, after writing this step, you need to find how many terms are there. It may be one constant term or a h term or a h squared term or a exponential term. Only these things will be there. Constant term, h term, h squared term or an exponential term. So I have taken a constant term and a h term. In this, the next step, what you need to do is write h itself. Here, how many times 1 is repeated? N number of times 1 is repeated. Therefore, you can write 1 into n. And this you can take h outside. When you take h outside, you will get 1 plus 2 up to n minus 1. Now, this is one of the formula which I told in the previous video. That is 1 plus 2 plus up to n minus 1 is n into n minus 1 by 2. For the next step, what you are going to do is, you are going to substitute for this. Instead of this, you are going to substitute n into n minus 1 by 2. Here this is limit h tends to 0 h, and this is 1 into n is nothing but n plus h into, you are substituting the formula. After that, what you are going to do is, you are going to substitute the value of h. When you are substituting the value of h, this h tends to 0 should change to n tends to infinity, as I told in the previous video. It is n tends to infinity, h tends to 0. When you are introducing everything in terms of n, it should be in terms of n. Limit should change to n tends to infinity. H value is nothing but 5 by n. That's what we have found here. Therefore, it is 5 by n. This h is common for these two terms. So, you are multiplying it inside. Therefore, this is 5 by n. H value is 5 by n. Therefore, 5 by n into n. The next step, 5 by n into 5 by n. This h value is also 5. If you want, write one more step. That is limit h tends to 0 hn plus h squared into n minus 1 by 2. After that, apply n tends to infinity. Therefore, you will get h value, when you substitute h value to be 5 by n, 5 by n into n plus 5 by n the whole squared into n minus 1 by 2. That's what I have written here. Now, this n and n will get cancelled. Here, what you are going to do is, in this term, you are going to take one n outside. When you take, and if it is 1 minus 1 by 2 minus x. If you are taking x, what you will write? We are taking x outside, what you will write? 2 by x minus 1. Same way, what we are going to do is, when you are taking n outside, you need to divide. That is 1 minus 1 by n you will get. Therefore, here when you when you take n outside, n into 1 minus 1 by n. That n and this n will become n squared. Keep it in mind, if I am taking outside n, this n into n will become n squared, then 1 minus 1 by n. Therefore, I got this. Here, n into n will become n squared, 5 into 5 will become 25. This n squared will get cancelled. Before writing the final result, when you check everything, that n will be in the denominator and you won't have any n terms other than that. If you have n term, that will be only in denominator. Now, when you substitute n tends to infinity here, 1 by infinity is nothing but 1 by 0. When you proceed to when you reciprocate it, you will be getting 0. Yes, therefore this term will become 0. So you will get 5 plus this term will become 0. So remaining is what? 25 by 2. Therefore 5 plus 25 by 2. After that, take LCM and write the value of the integral. The next question, I equal to integral over 2 to 3 x squared into dx. Here a value is nothing but 2, b value is 3 and h value is nothing but 3 minus 2 divided by n. Therefore, you will be getting h is equal to 1 by n. After that, this is the first step. Next step, second step is writing what is f of x. F of x is equal to x squared. The next step is substituting, finding out what is the value of f of a plus h, f of a plus 2h up to f of a plus n minus 1 into h. That's what we are going to do here. F of a is, a value is what? 2. Therefore, f of 2, that is 2 squared. Then f of a plus h, f of a value is 2. Therefore, f of 2 plus h. Here, f of x is x squared. Therefore, f of 2 plus h is 2 plus h the whole square. Here itself, you need to expand. When you expand, what you will get? 2 squared. Write 2 squared as it is. Don't write it as 4. Whenever it is a square term, 2ab term alone, simplify. A squared and b squared term, write as it is. Don't write 2 squared as 4. Write 2 squared itself. 2 squared h squared 2 into AB term is 4h. So I have simplified that to AB term alone. Simplify to AB term alone, remaining right as it is. Similarly, f of a plus 2h, when you expand this, see the same thing. A plus 2h, a value is to 2 plus 2h, therefore f of x is x squared, therefore f of 2 plus 2h is 2 plus 2h the whole squared. As I told, this term a squared term, b squared term keep as it is, that is 2 squared h squared, this is 2h the whole square can be written as 2 squared h squared, and this is 2ab term. I have simplified and have written. Similarly, write for f of a plus n minus 1 into h. Apply a plus b the whole squared formula and then write. After that, write the formula here. After that, the next step you are going to substitute there. Write the integral limit h tends to 0, h into f of a term is 2 square, f of a plus h term is 2 square plus h square plus 4h. This is nothing but 4h. The next term is 2 square plus 2 square h square plus 8h, and the next term is 2 square plus n minus the whole square into h square into 4n minus 1 into h. So I have substituted the value of f of a plus h, f of 2a plus h up to f of a plus n minus 1 into h. This is very important. The next, when you observe this, what are the terms? A constant term, that is 2 square term is there. One is 2 square term, the next one is h square term, the next one is h term. Therefore, you should write in 3 parts, that is 2 square term, h square term and a h term. So, limit h tends to 0, h into, so I have written 2 squares, all the 2 squares together. The next one I have written h terms. What are the h terms here? 4h, 8h up to 4n minus 1 into h. Therefore, 4h, 8h up to 4 into n minus 1 into h. The next one is h square term. h square, 2 square h square up to n minus 1 the whole square into h square. So, I have written h square plus 2 square h square plus up to n minus 1 the whole square into h square. Now the next step, this can be how many times it is repeated? N number of times it's repeated. I am not striking out, it's n number of times is repeated. Therefore 2 squared into n. Therefore you will be getting this result. Now in this, which is common here, 4h, 8h, 4 into n minus 1. So 4h is common. I am taking 4h outside. When I take 4h outside, I will get 1 plus 2 up to n minus 1. Here in this h squared term, I need to take it outside. So here it is common. So I am taking outside. So I will get this. Whenever you have x plus 1 or if, as a expression, polynomial as a function, you will be applying these formulas. You may get a constant term, h term and a h squared term. Now, after this, what is the formula for this? N into n minus 1 by 2. What is the formula for 1 square plus 2 square up to n minus 1 the whole square? N into n minus 1 into 2n minus 1 by 6. That's what I have substituted in the next step. This 2 squared I have written as n itself. After that, multiply this h inside. You follow the same method for all the sums. After that, multiply h inside. So, you will get 4hn plus, here it will be 4h squared. If you have 2n, definitely it should be h squared. If you have 3n, definitely it should be h cube. Otherwise, you have done some mistake, you can find it easily. 4h square. Here itself what I have done is, here I have taken n, I have multiplied h and I have taken n outside. When I take n, what I will get? N square 1 minus 1 by n. When I take n from these two terms, here it will be n cube into 1 minus 1 by n, 2 minus 1 by n. If you couldn't understand, pause for a minute, take it outside and multiply inside, you will be getting. If you take n outside, you will get, this n will be there, n into 1 minus 1 by n. Here n into, here n, one more n, 1 minus 1 by n. Here when you take n outside, you are getting n cube, 2 minus 1 by n. That's what I have written in the next step. After that, what we are going to do is, after simplifying like this, you are going to substitute the value of h. If you want to substitute the value of h, what I told, what about the limit? It will change to n tends to infinity. H value is nothing but 1 by n. So, substitute h value to be 1 by n. Here 1 by n square. Here 1 by n cube. All the n terms will get cancelled, other than 1 by n alone will be remaining. Yes. Here n and n will get cancelled, n square will get cancelled, n cube will get cancelled. Then only it's what the procedure is correct. If it is n squared and n here, then it is wrong. Now, when you apply the limit n tends to infinity, as I told in the previous sum, this 1 by n will become 0. 1 by infinity is nothing but 1 by 0. It will become 0. Therefore, this will become 0. This term will become 1 by n alone will become 0. Now, here it is 4. This is 0. Therefore, it is 4 by 2. In this term, this 1 by n is 0. This is 0. Therefore, what you will get 1 into 2 is 2 by 6. Therefore, I have written 2 by 6. Here it is 4 by 2. After that, take LCM, simplify and write the final answer. Let us move on to the next sum. Fourth sum is homework, and the fifth sum. I equal to integral over minus 1 e power x into dx. In this, write what is the value of a, b and h value. The next step, you need to write what is f of x. After that, what is f of a plus h, f of a plus 2h, f of a plus n minus 1 into h. I have written, just go through it. Here, e power f of x is e power x, f of a value is minus 1, therefore e power minus 1. Here, a is minus 1, therefore I have written f of minus 1 plus h. Here you can write it as, that is e power x is e power minus 1 plus h. Now, according to the law of exponents, you can write it as e power minus 1 into e power h. And one thing you can analyze here, when whatever is repeating, it will be multiples, h, 2h, n minus 1 into h. If it is 2h, here it will be 4h, here it will be 2 into n minus 1 into h. So the sequence will be the same in the terms when you observe. After completing this, what I told you, need to write the formula. After that, substitute in the formula. Write I equal to the given integral. That is equal to, what is the formula? Limit h tends to 0, h into, what is f of a? E power minus 1. You have written e power minus 1. The next step is e power minus 1 into e power h. The next one, e power minus 1 into e power 2h, up to e power minus 1 into e power n minus 1 into h. Now, in this term, which is common? E power minus 1 is common. So, I have taken e power minus 1 and I have written the remaining term as it is. Now, whenever exponential term is there, you need to check whether it is in GP or not. To check whether it is in GP or not, you need to divide the second term divided by the first term. That is, ratio should be same, and a3 divided by a2. That is e power h by 1, e power 2h divided by e power h. It is e power h only. Therefore, the ratio is same. Therefore, it is in GP. Then you need to apply the sum of the sum. This is sum of this GP series. Sn equal to, when r is greater than 1, this also I told, here r is greater than 1, since e power h is greater than 1, it takes the value around 2 point something. So, and when you see that, always this first term should be 1. Always the first term, that is a is the first term. The formula is Sn equal to a into r power n minus 1 divided by r minus 1. Always the first term will be 1. So, this e power minus 1 I am writing as 1 by e, that is nothing but h by e in the next step. Therefore, limit h tends to 0, h by e. For this, I am going to apply the formula of this. A value is 1, r value is e power h. Therefore, r value is e power h whole power n minus 1 divided by r value is e power h minus 1. Yes. After that, what we are going to do is, always whenever you have exponential term, always you will be having h. This h you need to bring it to the denominator in the next step. Yes. And before that, whenever you have a constant, you can take it outside. Since e is a constant, I have taken without h. There is no relation between e and h, so I have taken outside. The next step, what we are going to do is, this h you need to bring to the denominator always whenever you have an exponential like this. So, I have taken outside. After that, separate the limit to both numerator and denominator. This step should not be followed only in this sum. It should be followed in all the sums. Separate for the both numerator and denominator. So I have separated. Now according to this formula, as we know, as we have learned in 11th standard and in continuity and differentiability, limit x tends to 0 e power minus x minus 1 by x is nothing but 1. So limit h tends to 0 e power h minus 1 by h is nothing but 1. After that, this will become 1. The next step itself, substitute the value of h. When you substitute the value of h, this h tends to 0 will become n tends to infinity. H value is 2 by n. Therefore, limit n 1 by e you have written as it is. Limit n tends to infinity e power 2 by n into n minus 1. This value becomes 1. And the next step, this n and n will get cancelled. So, you will get e square minus 1. Therefore, e square minus 1 is a constant. So, I have written as it is. Here, up to when you have n, up to that you need to write the limit. After that, when you have a constant, no need to write the limit here. Don't forget that. Let us move on to the last question. I equal to integral 0 to 4 x plus e power 2x into dx. Write what is the value of a, write what is the value of b, and write the value of h, that is b minus a. That is b minus a is nothing but 4 minus 0 divided by n. Therefore, h value is nothing but 4 by n. After that, write what is the value of x and substitute what is f. Find out what is the value of a, f of a, f of a plus h, f of a plus 2h, f of a plus n minus 1 into h. For the first thing alone, I will tell f of a is a value is 0. So write 0, f of 0, that is 0 plus e power 2 into 0 is 0. 0 plus e power 0, anything power 0 is nothing but 1. So here you will get 1. Don't write 0 here. And f of a plus h, that is f of 0 plus h is nothing but f of h. When you substitute here, h plus e power 2h. Similarly, write for the remaining terms. And write the formula and substitute it. Therefore, the integral becomes limit h tends to 0. Forgot 5h here. H into 1, that is f of a plus f of a plus h term. Then f of a plus 2h term. Then f of a plus n minus 1 into h term. After that, what here when you observe that you will you don't have any constant term, other than only 1 is there. So whenever you have exponential, I told the first term should always be 1. So if you have so many ones, you can combine together. Here you have only 1, so add with the exponential. One is exponential term, the next one is h term. So separate those two. H plus. Therefore, integral equal to limit h tends to 0, h into h plus. So I have added all the h terms together and the exponential term together. The ratio is also same. When you divide a2 by a1 and a3 by a2, the ratio is e power 2h. Ratio is e power 2h, and the first term should always be 1 as I told. And after that, you need to apply the formula for this as well as for this term. Here in this, when you observe that h is common, so you can take h outside here. This h is common. This h is common for both the terms. So h into h. Here when you are taking h outside, you will be getting h. 1 plus 2 up to n minus 1 plus. You are substituting the formula, that is, since r is greater than 1, you are applying a into r power n minus 1 by r minus 1 formula. A value should always be 1 here. And r value is e power 2h. Therefore, e power 2h the whole power n minus 1 divided by e power 2h minus 1. After that, substitute the formula for this in the next step, that is n into n minus 1 by 2. What I have done here is, I have multiplied this h inside for both the terms. Therefore, h squared into this formula, then h into this one. Here e power 2h, a power m, the whole power n is a power mn. So, I have written 2hn minus 1 divided by e power 2h minus 1. As after that, what I told you to separate. Whenever you have a h terms and an exponential term, separate the limit. That will be easy for you to simplify the answer. So I have separated the limit, and that after the step, what I told, substitute the value of h. Therefore, this will become n tends to infinity. And here, or I told you will be always be having h here. So bring it to the denominator and separate limit for both numerator and denominator. Yes. Here when you substitute, here h value is 4 by n, therefore when you substitute here you will be getting 16 by n square, and take n here outside as common, so you will get n squared into 1 minus 1 by n by 2. So this n squared should get cancelled. Now I have brought this h here. After that I have separated both limit for both numerator and denominator in the next step. According to the formula, limit x tends to 0 e power x minus 1 by x is equal to 1. Here x, therefore here also it's x. So here we have what? We have 2h. Therefore what should be there? 2. Therefore what I am doing is I am multiplying and dividing by 2. So I am getting 2h here 2. Therefore this term will become 1. So when you apply n tends to infinity, this 1 by n will become 0 I told. Therefore, you will be getting 16 by 2 for this limit, and for this, the remaining term is limit h tends to 0 e power 2hn minus 1 divided by 2. Yes, after this step what I told as we have done here, after this step we have applied the h value and we have written n tends to infinity. Similarly, after this step we are writing n tends to infinity and substituting the value of h. H value is 4 by n. Therefore, this n and n will go off. You will get e power 8 minus 1. That is 1, it's not in the power, it is minus 1. E power 8 minus 1. Now, see this n and 1 will go off. The remaining is e power 8 minus 1. Therefore, what you will have? This 8 you will be writing. Here it is e power 8 minus 1 by 2. After that what you can do? You can take LCM and simplify the answer and write the final result. Thank you, students.